Back in the ancient times, like 1992, VFX artists were treated like star athletes, and somewhat rightfully so, because nearly everyone working in the niche VFX industry at the time was either a highly respected and established artist, or had some kind of advanced computer science degree. VFX is treated as a commodity these days. We've become craftspeople, more artisan than actual artists. What used to be a highly experimental and creative field has been completely streamlined, and in the process, the creativity has become manufactured. We have factories of thousands of people breaking down each minor role of an art piece down to its parts, iterating over every aspect, pixel by pixel, having it overseen by 100 chefs. But we're pretty far from artists evoking emotion through cutting social commentary. Not that the VFX artists of the 90s were making scathing political statement pieces either, but their work was highly experimental, and pretty much every shot at the time was a completely new challenge that had never been done before. Tools needed to be invented from nothing, and you had to be creative to come up with clever solutions within the limitations of the time. More recently, we're moving away even from artists handcrafting digital assets and moving towards playing a glorified game of Sims, where 10 people up the ladder tell you exactly where to place your houseplants. Every effect has been solved, and the only thing left to do is to squeeze as many polygons as we can fit into a scene without incessantly crashing our computers. And while the effects themselves may be easier than ever to create, somewhere along the line the game shifted from "can we make this?" to "let's nitpick every detail of every frame until we get something everyone is happy with." This phenomenon has come to be known as the subtle art of pixel fucking, where it's no longer about making a realistic effect, but about how broad your highlights are on a background character's hat, or how many pixels left of screen a background helicopter is placed, or exactly how much magenta is in your emissive channel in your explosion. There's a level of this that's reasonable, and required frankly, to make a believable image, but in far too many cases, at the risk of not having anything to contribute, and perhaps even just to justify their salaries, inexperienced supervisors and directors will start to comment on whatever minute details that they may notice, regardless of whether it contributes to the overall narrative or quality of the shot. Even in my own experience, I've had a supervisor ask me to reduce the length of a character's mouth by 5% with a straight face, or even to sculpt high-res details into background vines that were eventually going to be completely covered up by atmosphere and particles, shadows, and a dark color grading. I even remember one time being specifically requested to sculpt a background planet in 3D for a single shot where the camera was in lower Earth orbit, because we might see some parallax in the mountains. We did not see any parallax in said mountains, because we were in space. There could honestly probably be a whole video dedicated to things that could have been a matte painting.